Before I get to the goofy, though, I say it's appropriate this way. Let me say I have loved the Olympics. As I said, I've been glued to the TV every night. I'm thrilled with Canada's success. But you know what? I'm more impressed with the character, the spirit, excellence of our Canadian athletes. And what I'm about to say as my goofy doesn't reflect or change any of that, but I do believe it's richly deserves and comes within the context of the casualness so many people treat repressive regimes. Now, apologists for Venezuela's human tragedy. I'm still astounded. I'm frightened by the laudatory remarks made by Prime Minister Trudeau and the NDP's Jagmeet Singh on Fidel Castro's passing. I'm appalled by the percentage of young people who favor socialism and are willing to sacrifice free speech. So maybe I shouldn't have been surprised by the events that sparked this week's Goofy, which goes to stalwarts of the American media for their fawning over the appearance at the Olympics of Kim Jong-un's sister, Kim Yo Jong, who's in charge of propaganda in North Korea, including public executions. CNN's headline, Kim Jong-un's sister is stealing the show at the Winter Olympics. The Washington Post couldn't get enough of her, in quotes, couldn't get enough of the captivating woman who's so high up in that repressive dictatorship. The New York Times seemed giddy in announcing she didn't even need words, only smiles to outflank VP Mike Pence. North Korea is arguably the most repressive regime in the world. You don't have to look any further than those North Korean cheerleaders at the Olympics, who defectors tell us have no choice to be there. They're under 24-hour guard. And I think this is very telling in the age of the hashtag #MeToo. They are forced to perform sexual acts at the whim of Politburo members. By the way, North Korean athletes are under 24-hour guard at the Olympics. I'm going to leave the final word, though, to former world chess champion, Garry Kasparov. He's now chairman of the New York-based Human Rights Foundation, who recently wrote in the New York Times, North Korea hasn't, quote, taken this opportunity to stage one of history's great whitewashing operations, where the breathless focus on the fashion style of the dear leader's sister instead of his forced labor camps and police state. Pardon my coughing, I'm going to do that again. North Korea has, in quotes, taken this opportunity to stage one of history's great whitewashing operations, where the breathless focus is on the fashion style of dear leader's sister instead of his forced labor camps and police states. I mean, North Korea is again, the worst human rights violator on the planet. I mean, its leaders, including the spiraling Kim Yo Jong, are active participants in a totalitarian state that starves, abuses, and brainwashes millions of people. End of quote. And that's the regime so many in the media have turned a blind eye to. Maybe because they thought it was a way to get back at Donald Trump, or even more depressing, that they take our freedom so much for granted that they become insensitive to the repression of others. Pardon my coughing there, but I think this is worth noting. This casualness we have for repressive regimes. How can you do anything but put that front and center? That it's an incredible human rights violator. There's nothing to celebrate about Kim Yo Jong, who's an active participant in a state that starves, abuses, and brainwashes millions of people. Maybe that's the latest thing to do. But as I say, you got to keep these things under control.